Hello,
Facebook,
everyone.
the public Facebook group. Okay, we are showing. Okay, that went a lot smoother than yesterday's coaching call. So I got this dialed in. We're good. So we're now
Good
live
to go.
on the public Facebook group and we are live on the YouTube channel. Let me go ahead and just go there to confirm. Yes, it says we are live.
Perfect.
Let me just rename this. Ooh, you know what? I've seen people do like the red dot emoji, red dot live talking about educational video. Okay, sweet. I just updated the title and we'll go ahead and dive right in. Yes,
Let's go.
so much
Let's go.
smoother,
Let's go.
so much smoother than last time.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
better.
so oh, okay, perfect. So if you're joining us now, welcome. This is our second live stream that we're putting out to both the Facebook group and the YouTube channel. So if you watched the first live stream, welcome back. If this is the first time watching one of these live streams, these are just, we're going to do them on a weekly basis going forward, every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. So that is
Yes.
what, 1 p.m. Central Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we'll go ahead and make sure to schedule these going forward. But just to let you guys know, we're going to be doing these public live streams on a weekly basis. We want these to be a great way for you guys to ask questions about ads, video content, sales, anything. Nothing is off the table. For the most part, we'll have a topic to talk about for these first 2 to 3 live streams going forward, until we get more eyeballs in here and people can expect these live streams on a weekly basis. So eventually in the future, I think we'll do more of a Q&A kind of setting, or maybe we'll have a topic in the first half, Q&A in the second half. But for
Yep.
today's live stream, we're going to go ahead and talk about educational video content. So I want to start off by saying that educational video content is key. And we kind of alluded to this at the end of no, the last live stream,
Yep.
where we talked about like just the impact that educational video content can have. And I'm joined with Radu or Dan. It's more of a preference thing. I call him Radu. Our clients call him Dan, so you might see Radu and Dan here and there. Um, I will also call him both on the live stream, just to. But he's the same person. Radu and Dan, same guy.
Yes. Same guy.
um, Same guy, as far as I can tell. I'm
Same
just
here.
kidding.
Same here. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, Radu. So up until like I would say the last 8 months is really when it really clicked that educational video content is something that not only is helping out our clients, is turning around their campaigns, is improving the lead quality, all which we'll go into detail on this live stream. But I want to talk about the different educational videos that you can make and the kind of impact that they will have on your business. So let me go ahead and open up my list here on the educational content. 1 second. But I guess, Radu, let's start talking about just educational video content in general. Um, by the way, Radu is our ad specialist. He's my right hand man. So if you might have spoken with him on the phone, you might already be familiar with him. You might have heard his voice, but now you see him here in the live stream. So, Radu, can you talk about the importance of just educational video content that we've seen with our clients?
Yeah. So I think on the last live stream we talked about this idea of planting the seed, and I think the main idea behind the educational type content is this idea of making a few videos that convert a lot. Basically, helping all of our clients have this educational approach because it converts to way more sales in the back end. So that's the main idea. Tons of people don't know that the best time for them to actually get their vehicle coated is, in case they have a brand new one, is actually on the first day that they buy. So stuff like that,
Yes.
just basically planting the seed for those types of clients that have a brand new vehicle, or for the other ones that it's not just applying a liquid to the car, it's not just that. So before jumping into all of those types, I would guess that's the main idea. Letting people know that there are multiple steps involved, specific things that will definitely help them, and then why it's actually worth it paying maybe 15.99, 12.99 or more. So yeah, that would be the main ones before we jump into specific types of videos.
Yes. Yeah. So just to double click on that, that's exactly what we're seeing across our client base is think about how many new vehicle owners there are out there in just your local area, especially if you live in a very populated area like Texas, Florida, Los Angeles, right? Traditionally bigger markets. Think about how many people are buying new vehicles every single day, brand new vehicles that don't know the benefits about of ceramic coatings. Where
Yeah,
I think fundamentally it comes down to them just not knowing what they don't know, right? They don't know about ceramic coatings. They might have heard about it. Maybe their neighbor, their coworker, their friend or family got their car ceramic coated, but they don't know everything that goes into a ceramic coating, like the prep work, the decon process, the different levels of paint correction, right? Everything that gives
yeah,
somebody the full picture that everybody in the industry is familiar with, but I would say the general public, the people that could really benefit from a ceramic coating just don't know about. Just because that information
yeah,
isn't getting put out there, or if it is out there, it's put out in a way where somebody has to look for it, like a blog article or through SEO on your website, right? Somebody has to actively be doing their research to come across that. But with educational videos, when we advertise them, we're putting that information in front of our clients, like our clients' potential
yeah,
customers, to where
yeah,
we're actually being proactive. We're educating that potential customer on exactly what the main benefits are of ceramic coatings. We're generating that interest. But the cool thing about these educational videos is they also give somebody a better idea of, like, it helps provide clarity on the information they might have seen on the internet because like I said before, they're reading blog articles, they're watching YouTube videos. A lot of that information out there is either wildly inaccurate or outdated. But more
yeah,
importantly, it's not specific to your business and what you can offer them. So, just to get more tactical, these educational videos can be like with these educational videos, we're just trying to answer the most common questions to give clarity on exactly what they might have heard of a ceramic coating in the past. Because I think when you see when the general public sees a ceramic coating and they stack that against a wax, the general public thinks those two things are the same when
yeah,
they're not.
yeah,
And that's where these videos, these educational videos can really shine because we're giving them not just everything you're going to be doing to the vehicle, but also like how different ceramic coating is from a wax, from a PPF, from other products as well. But now we're really getting the opportunity to pinpoint that, to tailor it to your specific packages, to everything that's included. So it's not just about making educational videos, but also really drilling down on the specific package that we're educating that person on. So let's just take an entry level coding package for example. Something a little bit lower priced, easier to, you know, easy a lower price package will have a shorter sales cycle. So let's just
yeah,
take that entry level coding package for example. With that entry level coding package, like somebody's going to see the price, but if they don't know exactly what is going into that entry level coding package, they won't see the value in it. So I think educational videos can also help build that value. Where now, Radu, if you're a detailing business owner and you're having to explain your process, the benefits, right? You're having to do the whole spiel every single time on the phone call. That can get pretty tiring, right? Especially if you're a one
But
man show, you're an owner operator, you're doing the jobs and you're taking the calls and you're replying to texts. Like that can get very tiring versus having an educational video specific to one of your packages. In this example, an entry level coding package. And now you can send that automatically to each lead that comes in.
yeah,
Hey John, thank you for inquiring. Here's a quick video about about the package that you expressed interest in. I'll follow up here in a couple hours to see if you have any questions. And now you're not having to stop as a business owner. You're not having to stop what you're doing to reply to that lead. You
yeah,
can now use that video that you made and send that over to them. And the cool thing is that it's specific to your package. So I think when you're looking at the sales process, the journey that a lead takes, the most important part initially is them being on the same page as you. As a business owner, right? Up until now, if you haven't made any educational videos, a lot of this explaining and educating you've done through your website. So in text form. But now we want to take it a step further and we want to educate somebody on like using video on the benefits of ceramic coatings.
yeah.
So yeah. So Radu, am I missing anything else there with as far as educating somebody in the early stages? You know, after you've generated that interest, now we want to take it a step further. Am I missing anything else there?
Yeah, I guess that would be it. So some people jump on Facebook and some of them will get educated to the ad copy. Some of them will read the entire ad copy and they'll get maybe 90% of the idea. That's awesome. Some people are just like that. Other people, they'll see the price. Let's say it's a 1999, so $2,000 package. And just by that idea that it's $2,000, they'll think, hey, multiple steps must be involved. This must be high quality. This must be worth it. But then there will still be people that will see the price. Maybe they'll go to the ad copy. They will still need that, um, like, why would I buy it? Why is it worth it? So
Yes.
then we want to
Yes.
take it a step further, and inside that video, and it can be various types of videos, and we'll go into those in a minute. We want to basically let them know, hey, there are various steps involved. You'll benefit even if your car is brand new. So that's the best time to actually do it. So yeah, planting that seed and basically convincing them, helping them know what all those steps are, knowing exactly why it's a great idea to do it. So yeah, I guess that would be it. Planting the seed and guiding them throughout the journey. Yeah.
Yeah. So just to kind of go through what that journey looks like from the lead's perspective. Okay. So let's say one of our clients, they send us an educational video, we advertise that for them. Like we're putting that in the ad, but the chances of somebody watching an entire 5 minute long video, whatever length that educational video is going to tend to be small. So we're going to have to often reiterate in different ways the same information. And this is information that is basic to us in the detailing industry, but might not be obvious to the lead. You know, the person who's interested, they could really benefit from getting their car coated. And this isn't specific to just car enthusiasts. Car enthusiasts make up a very tiny fraction of the market that you could be
Yeah.
tapping into versus broadening your advertising, broadening your wording to where you're attracting and you're getting that interest from people who are everyday people like you and I. Like we have regular cars, we don't drive fancy exotics, we don't drive luxury cars that could also still benefit from that ceramic coating service.
Yeah.
So like now you're tapping into a way bigger market than you were previously with car enthusiasts. So again, we're just answering basic questions initially, like what even is a ceramic coating? What actually is a ceramic coating? What is a paint correction? Right? Those simple questions that you're answering in those educational videos can give somebody who might not be familiar, might not be a car enthusiast, but they can still benefit from the ceramic coating package, the ceramic coating services. Now it gives them more insight into exactly what you're offering them. Because if they see a cool edited video and they see like the water repelling properties, right? The fact that nothing sticks onto it, the paint correction, the
Yeah.
flawless paint look, right? They're just seeing the end result. If it's not an educational video, they're just seeing that end result, but
Yeah.
they're missing a lot of context to get to that end result of the car looking that flawless. So this is why educational videos perform so well, because they give somebody a lot of insight into what that process looks like. Because somebody might just be looking at that edited video of that finished vehicle, and they might just think that they just, that detailer just slapped on the coating and that's what got this
That's it.
flawless look.
Yeah.
Exactly. But they're not considering the decon process. They're not taking into account the paint correction, the prep work, right?
Yeah.
So I think giving people insight into what that looks like will benefit your business a lot. And it starts by answering those common questions like, what is a ceramic coating? How is it different from wax? What does your process look like for this specific package from start to finish? And just putting that out there, even if you're not advertising it, just putting it out there, now you're using that video as a resource to not have to reiterate everything that goes into the ceramic coating job.
Yep.
So even if you're not advertising those educational videos, you can still use them as a great way to kind of send them a recap after you get off the phone with them. Like, hey, John, you don't have to remember everything I'm going through on the call here. I'm just doing my spiel, right? If you have any questions on any step of the process, let me know. But you don't have to remember everything that we're talking about here in this phone call. Because at the end of our phone call, I'm actually going to send you a video link that goes and recaps in more depth everything we're talking about here. So that's another way that you could use educational videos is for follow-ups, following up with
Yeah.
leads, giving them more information, and just providing a lot of clarity. So that's the first type. At a high level, just educational videos. Answer those common questions. Actually show what the paint correction process looks like and the different stages. Highlight why your product is the product to go to. Also, with educational videos, it gives you a great way to showcase who you are as a business.
Yeah.
Because now, instead of them just seeing a logo and a cool edited video, now they're seeing Salvador, who is running Sal's Auto Detail. They're seeing his face, they're seeing who he's like as a business owner, what his personality is like, or at least a small glimpse of it, right? But what this does in the sales process is it helps lower their guard. It helps build that
Yeah.
trust to where, like, especially like Radu, if you're, I'm sure you've seen this before, but if you're just out advertising and you get shown an ad, you're naturally going to be skeptical of whatever that is advertising because you just don't know what the other side looks like, right? You don't know
Yeah.
how your vehicle's appearance can be transformed with the ceramic coating until you've already spent the money on getting that car on getting your vehicle ceramic coated. So just giving your potential customers insight into the entire journey, to the entire process can really help out in the long run because now they feel like they're doing business with Sal. They know they have a better idea of who Sal is. They're more comfortable with Sal as an owner. They know what his process looks like, and he explained it in a way that's super easy to understand. So, like when you stack all of these things up, it really helps reduce confusion. You're educating somebody on exactly what they're buying, right? The way I always explain it is like a product, right? These headphones, they're a product. They're a physical product. I can touch them. I know what I'm buying. I know what I'm paying for. But with the ceramic coating, you don't know you don't know the benefits and
Exactly.
like everything you
Yeah.
get until you've already bought it. And oftentimes
Yep.
that's a pretty big hurdle for the everyday driver if they don't see the value. If they don't see the value in spending $1,000, $1,500, $2,000, whatever your pricing is, they're never going to spend, even if your coding packages are $100. If they don't see the value, they're not going to spend the money because they don't know what the process looks like. They don't know how it's going to benefit their vehicle. And this is something that we're emphasizing with our clients every single day because we
Yeah.
see the transformation it can make to a client's campaign just by running an educational video. So, Radu, can you talk about what kind of transformations you've seen personally with a client's campaign when they did start advertising educational videos?
Yeah, so it's night and day difference. I mean, we had specific videos that we were able to get from the client. We were running those. We did get leads. The quality was okay-ish. The moment we started adding in specific videos, specific types of videos, or maybe the client was in front of the camera, like you could see him explain about the process. There's some super simple stuff. Hey guys, X business here. We did this, this, and this to the vehicle. The quality, so we started getting more and more the messages like, hey, we can actually reduce the ad spend back down to 30 maybe, or even less, because we are booked out like two weeks in advance, or like a month in advance.
Yeah.
Like the month,
Yes.
the month of May is booked out. So long story short, that's what we want to get. And also there's also this trickle effect. So for example, when I see one of these types of videos and I get everything explained nicely, even if I don't have a new vehicle, what if my friend has one? And it's so easy for me to explain to him. Actually, one of my friends bought a 2020 Audi A4. So right now,
Nice.
standing here, I'm thinking, hey, I could actually ask him, did you get it polished? Ceramic coating, something. So these things are also trickling. So there are way like tons of things that we can think about when it comes to educational type video. If you can explain it in just 2 minutes, that person will have the entire idea about it inside your head. So yeah, it obviously shows in the metrics. It obviously shows in the lead quality. So all these conversations with the clients now are way more fun. So yeah, definitely helps.
Yes, it definitely helps because it gives somebody that full picture, like I mentioned. But also, to segue to our next topic, the sales process, how we can help in the sales process is also very key because now you have a more informed buyer. They know what they're buying, they know what the starting price is, they know exactly what they're paying for, right? So, not only do you have an informed buyer, but now it becomes a different sales process. It becomes less about convincing them to get their car ceramic coated and you having to do your entire spiel on like, ceramic coatings are great. They offer XYZ benefits, instead of the sales process being framed in a way that you're having to convince them. Now it becomes a different conversation with these educational videos. It becomes more of a, I call it like a friendly checkout conversation because they already know what they're buying. So they've picked up that product, in this case, a service off the shelf. They put it into their cart. Now they're just at the checkout section and you're just answering simple questions at that point because a lot of it was
Yeah.
taken care of in the educational video. Now they're more buying questions. There are more questions about the logistics, like when can you get me scheduled in? How far are you booked out? How long are you going to need the vehicle for? So once you start seeing questions like these, that's a really good indicator that the educational videos did what they're supposed to do and answer a lot of common questions where they're not asking questions about what the heck a ceramic coating is. They're not asking questions about what a paint correction is. A lot of that is clarified in the video, but now
Yeah.
they're asking those buying questions that make the sales process shorter, and now you have a more committed buyer. Even if they went through the stage of them not knowing a week ago what the heck a ceramic coating was, and then also them thinking that them not seeing the value in spending over $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 in your ceramic coating package, you've overcome two really big hurdles:
Yeah.
them not knowing what they were buying, and them justifying that price or that quote that you give them. And that's exactly what these educational videos do, is they help overcome those two things, which now that you've overcome the two biggest hurdles, which is what they're buying and what they're paying for that, now you have a perfect match. That potential customer now knows exactly what they're paying for and what the price is.
Yeah.
So when you follow up with them It might not be the first call, but definitely the second conversation is what I hear from clients is when you follow up with them, it becomes a more high quality conversation. Your conversion rates go through the roof.
Yep.
And again, it becomes that friendly checkout. It becomes that friendly checkout conversation where it's not like a sales process where you're having to twist their arm and like convince them and like, wait, here's why you need this ceramic coating. It's more of a, okay, they're asking you when can they bring and drop off their vehicle. They're
Yep.
asking you, you know, what are some of the other ones? I'm blanking right now, but again, it's a different dynamic is what I'm trying to highlight here. It's a different dynamic from
Yeah.
trying to convince them
I
to them being on the same page as you and seeing the value.
yeah. Yeah. I guess instead of doing the entire educating on the call, the entire educating is done on the video. And then also, this is great for scaling. So imagine trying to educate 20 people in one single day on ceramic coating. Obviously, even just saying that number 10, it gets tiring. The exact same thing. And then obviously you have people that maybe you'll have questions in between those things. So maybe it will take you 5 minutes to explain or 3 minutes, but plus those questions, in the end, it will also be harder to scale. So in case you don't have a sales rep, doing all the calls yourself and then doing the work and then the calls and the work. So the shorter that call is, they also know way more about the entire thing. The shorter the call is, and then basically in the end you make more money and with less time involved in that specific um, in the calls and everything else. Yep.
Yes, 100%. And for our larger clients, this is also helping out their sales reps because now they're able to go through more leads. They're able to follow up with leads. They're having to do
Yep.
less explaining on that call. So it just benefits everybody with these educational videos. So that's a great point. So again, just to recap, educational videos, you want to answer the most common questions. What is a ceramic coating? How is it different from wax? How is it different from PPF? What does your process look like from start to finish? And I would really, I want to emphasize that you want to explain it in a way where you're not using a whole lot of industry jargon. You're not like, for
Yep.
example, decontamination. Instead of saying decontamination, which if I'm jumping into this and I'm trying to learn everything as quickly as possible, I don't know what a decontamination is. But if somebody explains it to me as a clear coat cleanse, now I get the picture right away. I know exactly
Yep.
what you're going to be doing. I understand that step, right? Just with that one sentence, a clear coat cleanse. It's a tongue twister. Uh, there's got to be a different way to say that. But if you can explain it to that, if you can basically take that idea of a decontamination, refine it, and make it super easy to understand, to where on the other end, you get something like a clear coat cleanse. Now that person gets the idea like that. Now you can move on to the
Yep.
next stage, paint correction. What the heck is a paint correction? A lot of people in the general public see the term paint correction and they have no idea what it is. They might think you're filling in rock chips. They might think you're having to take it to an auto body restyling shop where they're spraying on, paint, primer, clear coat, right? So instead of saying paint correction, you can say an intensive polish, right? A buff and polish, right? So terms that people are more familiar with, that instead of, because paint correction is used as a very broad term to highlight the process of just making their paint look flawless, right? To make it look better
Yep.
than it once was, to remove some of the oxidation, the swirl marks, right? The minor paint defects that their clear coat has. And then lastly, the ceramic coating. Ceramic coating, again, there's a lot of questions about what it is. Um, and there's a lot of misinformation as well on what exactly is a ceramic coating. So if you could clarify that and pinpoint it and make it more specific to your exact product that you're offering, that's even better. That's even better. It's going to make the sales process a lot easier for sure. Um, okay, cool. the next kind of educational video that you can make is a what to expect video. So this is really good because not only are you educating somebody on your process, but now you're actually teeing it up. This works really well for both shop-based businesses and mobile coding businesses because now you're giving them insight on what it looks like to do business with you. You're teeing it up on what they can expect when they drop their vehicle off at your shop, what to expect when you go to them, right?
Yep.
And I would really highlight that entire journey because this is a great opportunity to showcase your quality of work, your customer service, right? And once you show somebody what that looks like, it can really make things a lot smoother, right? Because now they've overcome the first hump, which is, being on the same page as to what they're paying for, what they're buying, right? What a ceramic coating is and what that package entails. Now we're going a step further and we're actually showing them everything after they put that deposit, after they've gotten on your schedule, what it looks like when they drop their vehicle off, what they can expect. And this is actually a really great time to showcase your shop, right? You can showcase the lights, the mats, all the vehicles you have
Yeah.
in there. And it just gives them that confidence that they're doing business with a professional business, somebody experienced, with somebody who's going that extra level and providing that 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 yeah, that attention to detail. So this is where these what to expect videos really shine. um Radio, anything else I'm missing there as far as what to expect with the what to expect videos?
Yeah, I guess that would be it. Clearly telling everyone like all the steps involved and what they can expect. Because if someone's not, they maybe they have another question on a specific step of the process. Maybe they want another call. Maybe they also shoot another message. So obviously, doing that really well in just a simple video, 2 or 3 minutes, it will free up hours maybe at the end of the month. And the longer the time goes on, uh, way more free time. People will be way more happy, and obviously, it just reflects so well on your business. Uh, After they see these types of videos, they'll know exactly who you are as a business, everything about your services, all the steps. You are a professional. Everything that you do is on point, and that clearly shows. So there are people out there that are not going to do that, and also there's this idea of competition. So even just these things alone,
Yes.
um, yeah, when someone sees someone that has been in the business for maybe 10, 20 years, they're not doing these things. And then maybe some new people, maybe just 5 years in the business, but they have everything on point. Hey, why not try these guys? Because everything is looking so nice. I'm comfortable. I know exactly. I'm gonna go in and on 5th of May. It will take this much. I'll get the car by then and everything. So it's just obvious. Like all these things are great. Yeah, business wise and any other way. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So if you're watching this, this is something that we we didn't realize the importance of it until we saw the impact that it had on our clients' business, like directly with revenue. So
Yeah.
if you're watching this, just go out there, record yourself, record your process, and distribute it. Put it on your Facebook page, put it on your Instagram, your TikTok. Give people who are interested in your business that idea. Put it on your website, and you're going to notice a dramatic increase in the quality of leads that come through.
Yeah.
And one thing I want to highlight before we move on to the last one, which is the featured vehicle video, is you want to put these educational videos out on a consistent, ongoing basis. You want to put them out once a week, every other week, as much as possible. We've noticed that a direct correlation with clients, like our best performing clients, are the ones putting out consistent videos,
Perfect.
consistent educational videos. Yes. So it's not a set and forget it thing. It's a thing that you have to build in the long run. And the cool thing about these educational videos is you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to say and come up with new topics and new scripts each time. You can talk about the same things with a different vehicle. One vehicle is showing a Honda Accord, next video Toyota RAV4, next video a Mercedes Benz, BMW. Um, but the reason you want to put these out, not just because it's good to be consistent with it, but think about it. If you're scrolling on your timeline, if you're a follower of Sal's Auto Detail, for example, and you see he's putting out consistent videos, but then one video you see he's putting out a 2023 Honda Accord, and that's what you have in your driveway. Now you're more inclined to watch that video and
Yeah.
really soak in what he's saying, right?
Yep.
And it's important that you do both daily drivers, exotics, and higher end vehicles because you just want to have a good mix of customer base. This is where you're reaching people where they don't feel like they're super, you don't want to give people the wrong impression and have them think that you only work with super high end vehicles. If that's your business, great. But I will say you're missing out on the daily drivers. You're missing out on the
Yep.
largest market. People who just want the shine, they want the protection from sun fade, or they want the ease of maintenance. Those tend to be the three biggest markets with daily drivers. And when you're putting out a good mix of vehicles out there, it really helps grab people's attention if their vehicle is similar to the one that you're showing in the video. Plus, you're being consistent with it. So it just helps create a positive flywheel of these educational videos.
Yep.
So, yeah, last thing just to wrap up here is the last kind of educational video that we could recommend here is a featured vehicle video. So this is a great opportunity if you get something new. Like if you get a Cybertruck into your shop, you want to make a video about that vehicle. You want to explain the customer's story. You know, you want to build that rapport. You don't have to get the customer there in the video, but just pointing the camera at yourself with the vehicle in the background, just explaining like, hey, we got this cool vehicle or we got this exotic in here. The customer got it on XYZ date. Here's their
Yeah.
journey. They just got it. They didn't even have it for a full 24 hours before they brought it into our shop.
Yeah.
So these kind of videos are great for really highlighting unique vehicles with cool stories behind them. It doesn't have to be an exotic. It could be an older vehicle with a cool backstory, something that really connects with people and shows like, hey, this person not only has daily drivers in their shop, not only exotics, but also cool, fun, unique vehicles. Where now we're just adding that into the mix. So again, I want to highlight the fact that educational videos can really make a big difference with how people view your business. Because Ridu, think about how many clients we have that are awesome, that are amazing to work with, but they're just not portraying that. And again, this isn't
Yeah.
just specific to our clients. This could be, if you're watching this live stream, this could apply to you, right? You might have the quality of work that you want to showcase. You might have a great reputation that you want to showcase, but you're relying on somebody to be in the buying journey. You're relying on them to already be searching for ceramic coatings, to already be getting quotes from different detailing shops. By then it's too late. It's too late because they are in the buying mood, which is great. But now you're having to compete with all of your competitors in your market,
Yeah.
and now it becomes a race to the bottom versus being proactive, making those educational videos where you're catching them early on in the buying journey, and now you're giving them all the information they need. You're the go-to shop. You're making those things super clear to them, so it only helps in the long run. So yeah, Radu, I think we'll wrap things up there. Anything else you want to mention as far as educational video content and how it can help transform somebody's business?
I think those are the main points. As you said, direct correlation. The more videos like these you have, the better you get at them. And obviously, as time goes on, you might make like some people will just take out their phone and in a 3 minute video, like without re recording anything, without pausing, without any editing, they'll just make a full
Yes.
on video. So those are great, awesome. But everyone can get there. So just think about this idea of just 3 minutes out of your day every week or every like 2 times a week will significantly improve your business. So it's a no brainer. It's just that easy. Yeah.
Yes, 100%. And if you're one of our clients and you're watching this video, this live stream, and you're on the fence of on making educational videos, you've gotten those messages from Sal, from Dan, from the team, you've gotten those messages, but you're just not sure where to start. You don't have to be in front of the camera. Like, I personally don't like being in front of the camera when I'm recording
Yeah.
a video, but you can still get the idea across by pointing the camera at the vehicle and doing a voiceover, but still hitting on those educational talking points.
Yes. Yep. Yep.
Now you're building up that muscle. Now you're educating people. They're not as effective as the videos where somebody's in front of the camera, but you're still getting the ball rolling. It's better than not having those educational videos. You'll also see a dramatic increase in lead quality in those conversations that you're having with your leads without having to get in front of the camera, without having to hire a videographer and do the takes and get the mic, the whole production. It doesn't need to be a fancy production either, by the way. That
Yeah.
certainly helps. But I think what's important is the content, right? Getting that information out there and the consistency. So we'll leave you with that. We'll wrap things up here. So yeah, again, we're going to be doing these live streams every single Wednesday, starting at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard
3 p.m.
Time. So tune in. Yeah, we'll go ahead and
Yeah.
schedule these in, so you'll get notified when we go live, before we go live. And yeah, stay tuned. We'll do these once a week, and ask us questions. We're here to answer questions. Um, because we're live streaming in a public setting, we can't go into the nitty gritty on our clients' campaigns. So we can't like open up a client's campaign and show those details out of respect for their privacy, and that's just not something we do as an agency. But
Yep.
like, we can talk about it at a high level. Like, we can give you a good starting point. We're here to help. Ask us questions. Comment on this live stream if you have any questions, and we'll go ahead and talk about them in next week's live stream. So, again, if you tuned in, thank you so much. If you're watching the replay, just know that we're going to begin doing these on a weekly basis. I was moving last week, so there was a 2 week period where we didn't do one of these. But this is something that I think can help out a lot of detailers, especially if they're in the early stages of getting into ceramic coatings or just looking to scale their business and don't know where to start. I think educational videos are a good starting point. We've talked about advertising in the past. I have hopped on calls with Ryan where we talk about other more tactical ways to get clients initially. That video is coming soon. We'll have that video out. If not later today, we'll have it out tomorrow, where we go into more practical, tactical ways to get customers without advertising, and with advertising, and how to make best use of your advertising dollars. So again, thank you for tuning in. Radu, thank you so much for joining me. I will see you later, man. Adios. Peace.